Okay, on this video, I want to talk about how to create a new project in codeBlocks for the first time and how you're supposed to be post your file. So I'm going to be using codeBlock on this one. As I mentioned in the class, codeBlocks is a little lighter. It's a little easier for peer reviews. I'm going to show you how to do this. So we're going to go to File, New. I'm going to start with the file project. I'm going to choose Console. That's what I want to do. And then, of course, C++. Then I need to put a name for my project. I'm going to say Chapter 1 sample project. So I'm going to create that, and it's going to tell me where in my computer is going to create a directory for this. We want to keep this consistent. You can put it anywhere you want. Generally, we put it in the documents for the codeBlocks. The reason we put it in documents is because we are doing the constant backup on the document folder in the PC. Of course, in the Mac is a different directory. You can change it to anything you want, but keep the main directory the same. So I'm going to do a Control-A copy so we can go back to that. So I called my project that one. That's the project file in there. We can change that one if we want to. We're going to come back to this. I'm going to play with it a little bit. So I'm going to say next, and it's using the GNU GCC compile. We can change it to something else. It really doesn't matter for what we're doing. So we're going to do finish, and it's going to create me a new project. Okay. So codeBlocks put some things as a default, and this is what it created a file for me. The file is called the main.cpp. And right now in here, I have 2 projects, and this is the one that's highlighted. So I'm compiling this one. So that's where I'm compiling it. So I can put my code over here. I can type my code over here, and then I can compile and run, build and run. So if I do that one, it's going to go and run it, and it's going to bring this window up, and it's going to show me what the result is. So that's what now for us to submit this to Canvas, we got to go find this main.cpp. So remember, I copied the directory, and we can say save project as. Is going to tell me what directory these things is in. So this is what directory is. It's under codeBlock project under documents. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to open a file explorer. I'm going to go to that directory. Of course, if you have a Mac, you have a different way of doing it. So if I go to codeBlock project, the one that I am interested in right now is called Chapter 1 sample project. I'm going to go in there, and this is the file that I want to submit to Canvas. And now, if I change the name of this file, I cannot compile it again because it's looking for the main. So I can change it in Canvas, or I can copy this one, put it somewhere and change the name, or I can change it before I compile it. But after you compile it, you shouldn't be changing this in here, in this environment. I can copy this one, and I can copy it, and then I can put it somewhere, and now I can change the name of this one to, let's say, problem 1, or whatever you want to call it, chapter 1 practice problem 1. I can call it that one, or I can just call it like pod problem or something that I can name it. So now I have 2 files. This is the one that's going to be compiling. This is the one I'm going to be sending it to the Canvas. So I'm going to go to Canvas and upload this one. It has a little more better name. You don't have to copy it over here. You can put it in a download somewhere. That's the one you want to upload. Now, when you come back to it, when you want to do the peer review for your peer, one thing that's good about codeBlocks is codeBlock doesn't have to have a project to run your program, but other ones need to have a project. So if you're not using the codeBlock, you have to create a project, you have to copy and paste the code in there. But if you're using the codeBlock, you can just run it like that. Let me show you how that's going to happen. I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save anything here. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go through my files, if I can find them. So I'm looking for my not this one. So chapter 1. Okay, so I am looking at some file that I have in a directory. So let's say that you had a peer review, you download your peers project. Okay, let me stop this and then we can come back and talk about this in another video.